Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially under a week to the release of the Nintendo Switch 2. That is so freaking crazy to say. It almost feels like I'm saying a magic Harry Potter spell that you're not supposed to say. But we're saying it because it's happening, and it's all very exciting. And with that, right around the corner, news, rumors, leaks, updates, it's all coming out daily. So today we have some new Switch 2 news that is great to hear. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. So, this is now all the Switch 2. This thing is about to fall. Aw, man. But this is all the Switch 2 accessories I have been sent so far. That is all the Switch 2 accessories I have been sent so far. I think I have like another 5 or 10 coming on the way, and then I'll probably buy some more as well. I'm going to make a massive Switch 2 accessory video probably the day after release because I have some other ideas for that first 24-48 hours, but it's all very exciting. It's crazy to have all this stuff and it's like, I can't even use it yet. That's not a big deal though, because I mean, what, 6 days away? And that time is going to fly, especially when you have great news, updates, rumors, and leaks like we have today. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you could, so we can keep our amazing communities growing. And that's pretty much it. Let's get into this video. So let's start with some news about a handheld console. And you're like, okay, Mr. Robot Joe, you little devil. It's gotta be the Nintendo Switch 2, but does it? I mean, handheld consoles were popping back in the day. They seem to have died down. I wanna say like, Nintendo stayed with it, but it seems like 2013, I feel like that was like the end of the hype around handheld consoles. But the hype is back, and you know, we have the PlayStation Portal. I bought it, used it for like 5 months, and hated my experience, so I sold it. But Xbox, they've been talking about getting a handheld console, and that is very exciting. I have bought 2 Xbox Series S's, used them, and sold them because I just didn't play them that much, but a handheld Xbox I would play the hell out of. And we had some exciting updates about new Xbox handhelds. It seemed like that was going in the right direction, but I don't think that's the case. Because we have this update that says Windows Central, and this is Jess Gordon saying that, Xbox handheld Pembroke, which is a code name, has been sidelined for now, as Microsoft doubles down on Windows 11 PC gaming handheld optimization. I don't know if this thing's ever going to see the light of day. I mean, I feel like it makes sense for them to do that. I feel like it would be a huge seller, but yeah, man, this kind of bums me out because I was looking forward to this eventually showing up. So yeah, we're starting this video with some Xbox news. Now, let's get to the reason why we're all here. Switch to updates, rumors, leaks, news. We have it all today. First, let's start with this update that it's great news, it really is. So, Nintendo Switch 2 will have an available internal storage of 249 gigabytes out of 256 gigabytes, which is like, okay, that's awesome. You know, when you buy, for example, a PS5, I don't know how much storage my PS5 has. I want to say like a terabyte or 800 gigabytes or something. But then when you turn it on, it's like 500 available. You're like, what the hell happened to 300 gigabytes? This is great. But even though this news is going around, I don't think this is quite accurate. And I will explain the difference to you, only because I just learned the difference myself. So Switch 2 available internal storage is 249 out of 256 gigabytes, aka 232 of 238, and this is GIB. So GB and GIB are 2 different things, which is something I never really knew. An early video of the Switch 2 system showed 230 gigabytes of available space out of the box. The problem is you can't subtract that from 256 because the term GB is being used 2 different ways here. They're showing the difference down here. So I don't really understand it that much, but I think essentially there's 2 kinds of gigabytes for 2 different kinds of storage of gigabytes. And you can see in the graph down here, they've broke it all down, which is, it's very interesting, right? Even though it might not seem like it, a lot of people are confused by this information. So that's why I just wanted to show you this because I learned it, I thought it was neat, and it's cool to just clear some of this up. Now to transition from storage and gigabytes, I don't know how I'm going to make this transition. We have the console, which has its own storage in gigabytes, but the cartridge also has gigabytes in storage. There's a connection there somewhere. This transition is not going good here. What I'm trying to say is there are 3 cartridges for the Switch 2. I don't know how this... Do you see? I got lost in translation somewhere right there. But there are 3 Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges, and we know the differences between them now. Somewhat confusingly, there will be 3 types of Switch 2 cartridges. LB, I don't know why the hell this one's so blurry. Cards that only work on the Nintendo Switch 2. LP are game key cards, which will be right here, and they do have the little key up there, which it's kind of cool. And then the LN cards work on both Switch 1 and Switch 2. For example, Guardians of Azuma, even though this is a Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge, you can put this in your Nintendo Switch and it plays perfectly fine. Now let's see if we can do this again. Let's get this transition smoother. You have a game cartridge. Where does the game cartridge go? It goes in the game case. This one's working better. I would like to see these game cases have a little bit more style, you know what I mean? A little bit more personality, and it does seem like that's the case. Get it? Case? Switch 2 game case? You get it. So this is a look at the inside of the box art for Breath of the Wild, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. It's the same as the original box from obviously the Switch, but it is cool to just see like that is coming back. And I've heard this is going to be for like a lot of games, which is pretty cool. So this isn't like that big of news. But again, watch this. We're going to continue to transition into the next segment. In case you just don't like cool stuff, you don't like personality, you're a plain Jane, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, maybe you like a little bit more uniform stuff, or maybe just boring. I don't know. In case you don't like the red cases, which I am in love with, I think they look fantastic. I like how the spines have their own art and whatever. In case you're not a fan of that, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, they have these replacement cases right here. And you can get 10 cases for $18 or 30 for $36. Obviously this worked for the Switch and Switch 2 games, but I guess these are going around right now. So if you don't like the red for whatever reason, and maybe you just want it to be super uniform with your Switch games for whatever reason as well, this option is there. I know a lot of people will just sell old cases. I have some cases right here that I got for digital games, and I don't know what to do with the cases. So yeah, this option is there. Now before we get into a Switch 2 game leak, which is pretty much confirmed at this point, a game that I think we're going to see at Summer Games Fest, and I think when this game gets announced, they will announce 3 games for the Nintendo Switch 2. Like this one and then 2 others. And the other 2 others, there's rumors of them. But what I'm talking about is the Persona series. We've heard rumors for the past like month or 2 about a Persona 4 remake, and that is now pretty much confirmed. This is Yuri Lowenthal. I guess they were a voice actor for the original Persona 4 games. And it's not just them. I've seen on Twitter today like multiple voice actors saying they were not asked to revoice their characters for the remake, which is like, in my opinion, I think that's makes sense. This is a remake, so why would you have the same voice actors? I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but that's just the way I see it. But they're saying Persona 4 remake is real, and they will not be returning. And then like I was saying, I've seen somebody else say this as well. I think this game is getting announced next week at Summer Games Fest. If Atlas is in round 1 or whatever round of Summer Games Fest, I'm pretty sure this will get announced. And then Nintendo's obviously there as well. So I think we'll see some trailers like Metaphor Fantasio for Nintendo Switch 2. I think we'll see Persona 3 Remake, and then I think this will get a trailer, and then on the bottom it'll say coming to Xbox consoles, PS5, and Nintendo Switch 2. Now let's talk about a game that is confirmed for the Nintendo Switch 2. It just leaked, but it leaked from a retailer. Crimson Desert is coming to Nintendo Switch 2 according to GameStop. And then people are thinking this will be announced at the next Nintendo Direct or Summer Games Fest. I didn't know anything about this game. I think I've seen something briefly about it at the recent PAX, like I've seen people talking about it, or I might have seen a logo or something. I'll be playing a trailer right now though. The game looks freaking awesome. But the game also looks like, it looks like there's a lot going into it, right? If games like this are going to run on the console, and I'm sure they're going to tweak some stuff here and there, but if games like this are running on the console, that is, what game will we not get is basically what I'm trying to say. So this looks awesome. It looks like a mixture of like Skyrim and Zelda and Kingdom Come Deliverance and kind of like Final Fantasy 16 a little bit. It just looks so freaking good. Truly good. So this is so cool that I've just never really heard much about this game, and now it's confirmed for the Switch 2. So yeah, great news there. But, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this information? Because your opinion matters most, and it always will. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. Really, if you made it all the way to this part of the video, I would love for you to join our community. I have some incredible ideas for the next generation. I think our community is going to blow up, and I would love for you to be a part of it. So, yeah, remember, every single Saturday for the entire year, I'm giving away multiple eShop gift cards and eShop sale videos every single Saturday, except tomorrow, because I'll be getting some stuff ready for the Nintendo Switch 2. If you want to win a Switch 2, just make sure you're a subscriber, like and comment on every video to help the algorithm, follow both of my social medias, and I'll give away one in July and another one closer to the holidays. And that's pretty much it, you guys and me. I will see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.